Whoa, gonna need some help here. Alright.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be going over the Gorgon. Now, like I showed in the thumbnail, I don't know if I'll get demonetized, but if I do, whatever. This weapon is very, very bad. It really needs a lot of help to get it going, because unfortunately, it's got some really wonky stats, and it's got some really wonky evolutions. I'm not really sure what the goal was with this weapon, what they intended us to use it for. All it is a charge up explosion that takes forever and does no damage unless you either build up primary merciless by, facing very weak enemies, because unfortunately you cannot kill anything with this gun reliably or quickly within the steel path. It's just not going to happen unless you're facing the infested or, a lancer, some squiggly guy. You are not killing anything with this weapon very quickly anytime soon. Okay? So, if you can't tell by my demeanor, I do not like this weapon. I think it's very bad. I think you should not get this gun at all. Let's get into the build. So, let's talk about the evolutions real quick. When the leaks came out about this weapon, it sounded pretty interesting. Fire embedding projectiles that explode with heat damage. That sounds really, really cool on paper. But, however, it is very weak unless the weapon is fully ramped up. And you really can't ramp the weapon up without an armor strip. And in my opinion, if a weapon cannot be good without an armor strip, it is not a good weapon. Plain and simple. This weapon is not good at all. In fact, it's got some really weird stats, really weird evolutions. For instance, the first one, the punch through and accuracy, sounds pretty good, but this is just an auto rifle. You're only shooting one bullet at a time, obviously excluding multi-shot. The accuracy of it makes no sense either for the Incarnon because it's an AoE. I'm not sure why they would want you more accuracy for an AoE weapon. It's AoE. Anyway, the other evolution I went with is reload speed. You're going to be shooting a lot of enemies to get that Incarnon built because, you really can't kill anything with this gun. And for the last one, I went with status chance because it's got some pretty low status. And I figured, well, it can maybe be used as a primer some way. You can't use galvanized shot because of the AoE. And unfortunately, the weapon it has a lot of impact in the base mode. Then, when you activate Incarnon, it gains a lot of puncture. What? And then, I have hammer shot in here and two status mods, and I can't even break 100 status. Seriously? I mean, yeah, I just don't get it. Like, what's the point of this weapon? I was really hesitating on making this. I almost didn't even want to make it. There's a couple Incarnon weapons I haven't done yet, just because they're not that interesting to me. And, I do this whole YouTube thing as a hobby. But I have to put this out here. Do not get this weapon. It is horrible. Horrible. So, anyway, the other thing, too, is the Incarnon mode is a charge-up feature. If you're not running a fire rate mod via vial acceleration or speed trigger, or in my case I chose prime shred, you're trolling. You're actually trolling. You'll never get this thing off. The enemies will probably move by the time you actually get the shot off. It's that slow. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, viral heat, it has really bad distribution of impact puncture slash. Like, Slash is king in this meta, and maybe that's what they were afraid of with the alt fire. They didn't want it to be the next Brahma, which I can respect, but these Incarnon weapons are supposed to be really good. There's not many of them. There's only like I think 15, and there's like 300 weapons, so 15 out of 300. That's a low amount. But this thing is really really bad, and let's actually show you right here. So I've got my usual suspects that I always test against. Okay. Now, even with Primary Merciless, I'm not running Curation, right? There are weapons that can kill within 120 bullets. But this thing can't. Like, it truly can't. Like, I am desperately trying to kill the enemy in a single clip. It's just not happening. Oh, goody, I did it. Well, I got 6 seconds to get from 2 to 3. And I'm out of time. I really can't even maximize Primary Merciless within enough time to actually get to times 12. So I hover between 1 and 2. It's just not feasible. So how does the weapon look with just the Incarnon mode here? I didn't even break 1,000. If it wasn't for that slash tick, I didn't even break 1,000 damage with an AoE weapon. And yeah, I know I don't have Curation here, but how many weapons do you know of that can't kill a couple enemies and ramp up its arcane without the help of an armor strip? Here's what it looks like with an armor strip. What weapon can't do this? This is not impressive to me at all. It's very odd. It's very, very odd. I mean, you can hold it down and hold it, and find your target and whoop-de-doo, But to actually get the weapon to do something, I have to get it to times 12 first. But the only feasible way of doing that is by armor stripping the enemy first and then going at them. So I'll strip these guys' armor, get to times 12. And then once I do that, I'm going to go to these guys over here and test it. And it's not good. Not good at all. I'm aiming for the head. I'm doing my damnedest to try and get something going with Hunter munitions, but it's just not reliable at all. It's just not good. I can't even one-shot these guys with no armor. I don't know, man. Not good. I mean, yeah, you can spam it, but what's the point? There are much better weapons that reliably use hunting munitions far greater than this thing does. Thank God for that mod, huh? But, yeah, as you see, this weapon is not good. It is a dumpster fire. Do not pick this. Pick the boar. Pick literally anything else. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, the weapon has to be carried with 100 munitions, and yeah, I don't have 100% status, but I don't even think it's obtainable without a Riven, because once you actually activate the Incarnon mode, you actually lose 10% crit for some reason. So there's that. I mean, and then there's the potential for galvanized scope, but I mean, just stop. Just stop. Stop trying to make this weapon work. It's not happening. It's terrible. Don't pick this thing. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this weapon. I'm very disappointed. This is by far the worst weapon. It's not even close. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.